All around the world, cities are becoming unlivable for the middle and lower class as housing prices skyrocket. This major human rights issue is the focus of a new documentary.
Buying up of land, the displacement of the poorest people, and the putting up of luxury units that are not actually for the people who live in the community.
That was Leilani Farha, UN Special Rapporteur on Adequate Housing. She's the focus of Push, a film by Frederick Gertten. Both of them are with us in studio this morning. Thank you for coming in.
Good morning.
It's not something we think immediately when we think unaffordable housing. We don't immediately put those words with a human rights issue. But Frederick, you do, and you wanted to dive into this. Why?
I've seen that all over the world, people are talking about the same things that you talk about here in Toronto, the stress of the prices of your living. So we started to research this, and we found it's like there is a new phenomenon. It's landlords on speed. It's people parking money into housing and make it unaffordable for the rest of us. And this is something that's ongoing. It's totally new since the financial crisis. So it's hedge funds moving in. So it's big money, and they have too much money, and they're looking for a place to park it. And that it has a very severe effect on our cities globally.
It has a major disadvantage for a very specific group of people that it seems like life just isn't fair in any way, shape, or form for this group of people. So, Leilani, when we talk about, as you investigate, or when we follow you through the doc, you're investigating why housing is becoming unaffordable for the lower and middle class, and there's a specific reason why.
Yeah, there's a model, a business model that's being used around the world, and the model goes like this. These huge investors, these big financial actors are looking for property that they deem undervalued, and that means places where people are paying affordable rent. They move in, they buy these units, they upgrade them, they evict the tenants, they raise the rents, and then those places become unaffordable for the lower income people who are then pushed out of cities.
It's a business model that works when it comes to the bottom line, but it doesn't work when it comes to people.
That's absolutely right, and it ends up violating their human rights and their right to adequate housing, obviously.
And also to cities, as we love cities with, diversity, people from all places, and where you can afford to sit and talk to your friends. And suddenly that happens in London or in other cities. Can you imagine a city without a working class? It's like it's.
The people who make cities work,
yeah.
The barista, the person driving the TTC or whatever, they're not able to actually live in the city where they work.
How are we seeing this play out across Canada?
Well, Toronto obviously is, I've had the opportunity to walk around and to talk to a variety of people, and Toronto is really suffering. You only need to look up to see that there are tons of buildings going up, and I'm quite certain those buildings are not meant for low-income people or having affordable units. They're meant for these big investors. Vancouver has a very similar market, as we all know. That was playing itself out. A heated market where no one can afford to live there, and then neighborhoods that are becoming empty, schools shutting down, shops shutting down. So it's playing itself out. Even in Hamilton, prices are skyrocketing because of the pressures on the city of Toronto.
I'm left with so many questions, and we just have no more time to keep talking about this. But I imagine a lot of those questions are answered for viewers of your documentary. So thank you for coming in and sharing this story and shedding light on this issue.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
So Push is screening now at Hot Docs Canada International Documentary Festival. That is in Toronto.